Factorising trinomials. When you factorize trinomials, your first job is to go look at this 60 here. You've got to take this and break it up into its factors. So 60 will be 1 times 60, 2 times 30, 3 times 20, 4 times 15, and 5 times 6. No, 5 times 12, sorry. And 6 times 10 is all factors of 16. Now I look at each of these little sums and I call this a little string. Now I've got to use one of these strings to get to this middle term, minus 7. And the only one that can possibly work is this one. If I go and I say positive 5 minus 12, it will give me minus 7. And positive 5 times minus 12 gives me minus 60. So I'm good to go there. So what I do is I put it into the two brackets. I take this x squared and I put one of them in each bracket, because if you go and look at this now, it's x times x is x squared. You take the 5, the positive 5, and you put it in here, and you take the negative 12 and you put it in there. If you're going to now test if this is right, because this is now your answer, you finish. But on a little piece of paper, you can go check if you're right. You can go say x times x will give me x squared. X times minus 12 will give me minus 12x. X times 5, this one here, will give me positive 5x. And 5 times minus 12 gives me minus 60. So that will be minus 7x minus 60. Exactly what you started with. Okay, next example. A squared minus 9a plus 20. Now 20 is the one you've got to use to get the factors. That will be 1 times 20, 2 times 10, and 4 times 5. Now, which of these strings can I use to get to minus 9? I can use this. And I know I've got to get two numbers with the same sign so that it can be plus. So it can be minus, minus, or plus and plus to make it a plus if you multiply. So I'm going to use minus 4 and minus 5. See? If I add these two, I get minus 9. If I multiply these two, I get positive 20. So that will be equal to a minus 4 and a minus 5. I don't have to go and redo the whole lot. I can just say minus 4 and minus 5 gives me minus 9a. 4 times 5 gives me 20, and a times a gives me a squared. This example, you'll see that in front of your x squared there's a 2. You're not allowed to have a number here. It's only got to be a 1, that spook 1. So what I do is I take my 2 out as a common factor. Write x squared minus 2 divided by 20 is 10, and the x plus 2 divided by 48 is 24. Now the one inside the bracket will become my double bracket. Now I take my 24 and I work out my factors. It's 1 times 24, 2 times 12, and 3 times 8 and 4 times 6. That is them. I want to get minus 10. And I need two minus numbers to get a plus. So it can be minus 4 and minus 6 will give me minus 10. So it will be x and x minus 4 and minus 6. Now, just like previous videos, you're going to do the first sum. You're going to find the factors of it. And before you write it down, but before you start doing it, you stop the video, do the sum, and when you finish, you can start the video again. So write the sum down and then stop the video. So for the first one, the factors of 2 is 1 and 2, and it must both be pluses. So plus 2 and plus 1. 2 plus 1 gives me plus 3, and positive 2 times positive 1 gives me positive 2. That one there. Stop video now and do that sum. The factors of 6 is 1 times 6 and 2 times 3. But because both of them must be the same sign to get a plus, and this one must be plus, I must use 2 and 3. I can't say minus 1 plus 6 because then I'll get a minus 6 there. Okay, let's do the next one. Stop video now. Now, die enetjie, this one, you're going to put into your 2 brackets, and the factors of 12 that will make 7 will be 3 times 4. And remember, it's got to be the same signs so that you'll have a plus here at the last term. So 3 and 4 is 12, and minus 3 and minus 4 is minus 7. Minus 3 times minus 4 gives you positive 12. So it's x and x, minus 3 and minus 4. Do the next one, but stop the video first. So this one will again be 2 brackets. And the factors of 15 that can make 8 will be 3 and 5. To get to minus 8, it will have to be a minus and a minus, because minus 3 plus minus 5 gives me minus 8. And minus 3 times minus 5 gives me positive 15. Then I just divide my first W square into 2. Do the next one, but first stop the video. Okay, now this one, I've got to find out what times what will give me minus 20, but also positive 1, if you add them together. Now 4 and 5, you can get to positive 1 by saying positive 5, negative 4. And that will be the right ones, because negative 4 times positive 5 gives me negative 20. And then I'll just divide my 2 ends. Do the next one. Stop the video now and do the work first. Stop the video now, then you can do the sum, and afterwards we can get back to it. the factors of 6 that will work for minus 1 here will be, to this one, is x plus 2 and x minus 3. Because plus 2 and minus 3 gives me minus 1, and plus 2 times minus 3 gives me minus. Stop the video here and do the sum first. And there's your last answer.